front page review of our daily newspaper. I know today is a holiday. Happy Eid al-Maulud to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. I hope you are having a great time celebrating wherever you are. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie, and I'm welcoming you to our broadcast of programs. I hope you had also a good time today listening to Latin New Iwero. Great program for you. Now, let's begin this morning. We are going to look at various newspapers in Nigeria. A lot has really happened over the weekend. A lot, and I can't wait to get into the matter, giving you the headlines and then discussing the hot topics in the news this morning. I'll be joined later on the program by Rufai Useni. He will be joining me via the network, and Obed would not be joining me today. He has to enjoy his holiday. It's a public holiday, but we have to be here to make sure that you're well informed of what is happening in our beloved country, Nigeria. Now, I'm going to be giving you the headlines from various newspapers. I have the Punch newspaper, I have the Sun, I have the Daily Thrust, I have This Day, and I also have the Vanguard. Perfect combination at this moment. So let us begin. We'll start with the Punch. I am a victim of corruption, fighting back, says Mago. Controversy surrounds alleged release of 101 Boko Haram terrorists. NAFDAC warns Nigerians over India-made cough syrup. This is really interesting. I think you should read this story from the Punch newspaper. NAFDAC warns Nigerians over India-made cough syrup. Another headline from the Punch this morning: 2023 budget, federal government plans 1.35 trillion naira war chest against Boko Haram bandit. Also, IGPs embark on a highway patrol, promises adequate security. Foreign education gulp 609.5 million in 8 months, says CBN. Atiku arrives at Akwa Ibom, begins presidential campaign. Now to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. PDP crisis. Atiku has moved on without Wike. Others, PCC sources. And 400 billion naira goods rot away over demurrage shipping cost. That story is on the Vanguard. Obasanjo denies endorsing Tinubu. Tinubu Shetima 5 million march. Hamzat urges Nigerians to shun emotions. Vote in credible leaders. Now, still from the Vanguard this morning, stocks record biggest weekly loss in nearly 3 years. And economy, food takeaways replace serve yourself in parties. Interesting. And 2023 election campaign focus on issues affecting governance development. CD details candidate. Another story now from the Vanguard newspaper says here that Dugara and Babashir Muslim leaders adopt consensus candidate. Now to the Sun newspaper. APC to release amended campaign council list this week. It has a rider that says PCC demands NWC's financial report from Tinubu. Abia government to relocate phone dealers to new market in January 2023. I never called Tinubu super politician, says Obasanjo. Now, to the Daily Thrust this morning. Anambra boat mishap, 16 bodies recovered as Buhari orders rescue operation. The sad news this morning. Now, also from the Daily Thrust, don't be carried away by rallies, social media boom. Labour Party supporters caution Obi. Thousands displaced as flood sweeps 17 communities in Imo State. Held funding, 34 states failed to meet 15 benchmark, says a report. Now to this day newspaper, fire got Balogun market in Lagos, destroys goods. And another headline here, INEC, we have ended era of election rigging in Nigeria, says no one can vote twice again. And still from this day newspaper, subsidy removal, senators disagree with Buhari, insist on December 2023 as a deadline. And finally, from the headlines, this is this day newspaper. PDP kicks off presidential campaigns today in Uyo. Now, these are your headlines this morning. Although there are other headlines, lots of them from these various newspapers. You can just pick up a copy and read the details of the news. It's very important that you know what's happening so you can make informed decisions. Now, we need to pay some bills. We'll go pay some bills, and when we return, we are going to look at some of the hot topics in the news this morning. This is the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Looking for a place to relax and find comfort? The right place to be is the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, we offer excellent services to our clients and customers. We serve high-quality wines at our restaurant and bar, while our continental dish is second to none. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, located on 42 Murtala Mohammed International Airport Road, our rooms are in conformity with international standard and best practices. We accord priority to security for all our guests. Breakfast is free.
That's how I do.
Yay! And we have standard facilities for your seminar and training. For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-7003-333.
Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist, you know. That's how I do.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream, delight in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festac Town, 28 at Denira Ogusanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender Greeters, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36, Lagos International Airport Road, beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Top of the morning to you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. It's 11 minutes past 7 and you're listening to the Front Page Review. My name is Mary Onaife Edebi. I want to tell you that we are on social media. Okay, we have Rufai Hussaini on the line this morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Rufai Hussaini.
Morning, Mary. Morning.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Good to have you join us this holiday.
Good. Happy holidays, and we celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Peace be unto him, and peace be unto everybody. Peace be unto Nigeria. Peace be unto the world.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you. We are on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at VOP903FM. And on YouTube, we have 30,000 subscribers right now. That's a good one. Thank you so much for going to our YouTube and subscribing to our channel. If you're not on YouTube, please go there. We are there on YouTube. You can watch us live. You can subscribe to our channel. It's very important to us for you to join our family. It's Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Now to the hot topics this morning. We'll begin with the Vanguard newspaper. The headline reads, Tinubu Shetima 5 million march. Hamzat urges Nigerians to shun emotions. Vote incredible leaders. Okay, that is the headline. And then let me read a bit of the story this morning. It's quite interesting because there's been a lot of talks from different quarters concerning what happened yesterday. Now, amid heavy downpour, vehicular and human movement were paralyzed in the early hours of yesterday in Lagos when the chairman of Lagos State Parks and Garages Management Committee, popularly called MC Oluomo, led a mammoth crowd in a 5 million march walk in support of the All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima and Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Now, there have been different talks from different quarters. Some people said that the people that marched were forced. Some said they were not forced. Some said that they were trying to do like Labour Party. But one of the comments that stood out was from Doyin Okukpe of the Labour Party. He says the Lagos rally APC is playing catch-up. Is playing a catch-up game. Now, I know you witnessed, I know you saw, if you saw the rally yesterday, Rufai.
Yes, I saw the rally. You see, Mary, let's put sentiments aside. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a strong following base. I'm a very objective analyst. It will be foolhardy for you to think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not have his base. Lagos is a veritable part of his base. If you feel otherwise, then you test it during the elections. And that was what was exemplified. And we can't also deny the fact that Peter Obi has got the emerging base. Other political parties have got the emerging base. So you see this thing about crowds. Everybody will get crowds. I don't know if you listened to my interview yesterday with Buba Galadima.
Yes.
I interviewed Buba Galadima because Buba Galadima is close to me. He sent me pictures of the people that come out when Kwankwaso goes this simple as this. And there's a mammoth crowd. Just like there was a mammoth crowd for Tinubu yesterday. Just like there was a mammoth crowd. But trust me, for Labour Party, trust me, all the crowds put together. You know, if you see them now, the question is, how many of them have voting power? How many of them have PVC? How many of them will come out to vote? How many of them will be able to brace election day situations, conditions, to still ensure they come out to vote? That's what will take the balance. But what should people be voting for? That's the most important thing. They should be voting for the questions that are dear to them, that are germane to them. How will government solve the problem of maternal mortality, which is on the increase in Nigeria? How will government solve the problem of going to the healthcare centers and not getting medicine? How will government solve the problem of congestion? How will government build new roads? How will government support new businesses? How will government help ensure that we have quality schools? Averagely, any middle-aged man or average person now that has a way that wants to send their child to private schools. But the truth is, we can actually make a country that going to public schools becomes more attractive because of the quality. At some point in Nigeria, a lot of people used to go to public schools, but now the standards have fallen so much. And it's possible to reverse that. Rwanda did it. We saw Rwanda got to a stage, private school operators were shutting down because the quality they were given in public schools were at par, were at measurable, even better. How are we going to have an holistic roadmap in everything that affects society? Those are the things people should vote on. And look at the character of the candidate. Also when you vote. Make your own research yourself about the character of the candidate, merge it with the things they say they'll do, and all of that. Then vote your conscience. So I am not moved by crowds. People will get crowd for it. I keep saying Nigeria is a big country. If me, so I want to mobilize crowds, I will mobilize crowds. If Mary wants to mobilize crowds, if me and Mary want to do a para for political party and mobilize crowds, we will mobilize crowds too. There's a crowd for everything. So I keep telling these people that it's not about the crowd. It's about who believes in your manifesto, who comes out that day to vote. Is it even crowd? Is it crowd the politicians are saying them? All the politicians them that they are making younger with their crowd. Shame on all of them. You don't want to compare their crowd to the crowd that comes to redemption camp every other fight. You don't want to compare.
The crowd is like a pepper them crowd though. So you think you have crowd though? Yeah, see my own crowd now.
So and that's why they shame on all of them. Can all of them, all the political parties put together, match the crowd that comes to redemption camp alone every other fight?
Yes, it's beyond
just leave them to play their politics, pepper them crowd. The most important thing, let's not lose track of the issues, because now it's a case of my message is better than yours, my crowd is bigger than yours. Politicians and crowd.
Now, talking about issues, we have a headline here from This Day newspaper. It says, "We have ended era of election rigging in Nigeria." Says no one can vote twice. Now, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, yesterday declared that the commission has ended the era of election rigging in Nigeria. He also vowed that henceforth, no eligible voter can vote more than once in any election in the country. The INEC chairman, who spoke at a seminar titled 2023 and Beyond. Okay, now, but there is this frustration, this news making the rounds that have not yet been well attended to, and it can affect the election. Registered voters accuse INEC of frustrating PVC collection. Now, the PVC collection wahala has not yet been well dealt with, because ahead of the 2023 election, eligible voters in some states, they've accused the officials of INEC that they are frustrating them in terms of getting their PVC. There are comments here. I can read comments from individuals that came forth to say that they went to collect their PVC, and the INEC chairman spent hours checking over 4,000 PVCs, and they could not find their own PVC. Others were told to go back to their village where they registered. Some were told to come back tomorrow. So some people have been going over to get their PVCs, and they are being frustrated. So this issue, I don't know, it's not well dealt with yet, and the election is a few days away. I think 130 something days away.
I mean, it has to be said, please. I would like to call on INEC. INEC needs to really be sound about this project. They need to ensure that people get their PVC. And they also need to communicate with people. We, the media, were here. If any of them is ready, we'll give them prime position on this radio station, to come and espouse and talk to us about what is really going on. We will bring them on when they are ready. But they can't just sit up there, without communicating with people and just bring their key manner to fore. There's been a lot of logistical nightmare, with INEC and the like. And all of this needs to be solved. All of this needs to be ended once and for all. But I like what the INEC chairman said. What he's trying to do is trying to build confidence, which is only good.
Yeah.
Because you see, we need to build confidence in the electoral process. After what happened recently, those revelations about some names asserted and all of that.
Yeah.
And they have promised that those names will be weeded out, that the system will automatically take them out. And I believe that it will be weeded out. Because we want a clear process. If for anything, kudos to President Muhammadu Buhari for signing the electoral law. At least we put Nigeria on the pedestal.
Yeah.
That things will work properly. We also want people to be steadfast, to follow the process. We'll get INEC to get information out, but also, they must communicate with people. It is really important to do that, and it is incumbent on them to constantly make those communication channels available to everybody. By now, I don't see any reason why INEC should not have a proper running, call center number that people can even call, that the number should be in public domain. That for PVC inquiries, dial 1, for this, dial 2, for this, dial 3. A proper switchboard up and running. If possible, if that's difficult for them, they can partner with telecoms company for that. And all of that. They can partner even with media houses where we can have a switchboard for them and where we can amplify the views of people and the concerns. It's as simple as that. And we here, we're ready to work with INEC and Nigerian Broadcasting Commission in this election.
Yeah.
We at DOP, we're ready to work hand in hand with them and walk through them through the process because we are pro-Nigeria. We're excited about the prospects of elections. We believe to entrench democratic values, you need elections that are viable, that are strong, and that will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
So we are opening our hands to partnership for these people at DOP. And it's a clear call we're making because all we just want here, our editorial policy is balance and fairness in the Nigerian electoral process to give all stakeholders a chance to express and air their views, and also to ensure that we build a strong democracy based on participation, interrogation of ideas, and a healthy platform for veritable debate that will only bolster society. That's just all we want here.
And that is why we are the voice of the people. We are calling on INEC to please make the collection of PVC because people have come to us. They are complaining. I have lots of messages here saying, please tell INEC, please, we want to get our PVCs. Make it easy for us. So we are saying, INEC, make it easy for people to collect their PVCs and make sure that so that they can vote. Now, another story here this morning is from The Punch. It says controversies surrounds alleged release of 101 Boko Haram terrorists. Now, no fewer than 101 suspected Boko Haram terrorists have been allegedly released from Kirikiri medium security prison in Lagos State. So, according to an online platform foundation for investigative journalism, wardens at the facility let them out as part of a swap deal for the release of travelers who were adopted in Kaduna on March 28. Now, the source said that the freed suspect had been waiting trial since 2009, adding that they knew about the Kuje jailbreak before it occurred. They secretly released 101 Boko Haram suspects around 6 a.m. The negotiations had been ongoing for some months. We used to pray together during our prayers. They spoke Hausa and they told me they would be going home in October. This is some serious allegation, a serious controversy, Rufai.
This is some serious allegations, and we want the security agents to give them a chance to respond to this because of the sake of balance. But if this is true, then they need a lot of explaining to do. To explain what's going on. So like I said, our editorial policy here at VOP is balanced. We are waiting on the security agencies to respond to this. But if this is true, this is shocking.
You know that
this just cripples everything as regards the fight against, terrorism and the like. And we're having swaps. And now people are beginning to even link this to what happened in Kuje, that it might have been prearranged.
Even the Abuja train release. No, that Abuja train release, they did not, the explanation wasn't quite clear. So this is now adding that to it, that this also is part of it, how they were released.
And this also pushes up the question as regards, what are we even dealing with here? Boko Haram or banditry? Because the argument has always been, bandits are different from Boko Haram. So what is really going on here? And it leaves much to be desired. And that's why let's get the own part of the argument. We'll have to get, because balance, we'll get the own part of the argument. But if this is true, this is very shocking, this is very bad, and this is very scary for Nigeria as a nation. This is very scary for Nigeria.
We'll get a follow up on this story because it's very huge to just conclude it here. This is a serious allegation, controversy. So let's hope the security operator will come up and answer these questions and put more light so that we can be at rest. Now, another story here from The Punch also. It said 2023 budget, federal government plans 1.35 trillion naira war chest against Boko Haram and bandit. Now, as the battle against insecurity continues, the federal government has earmarked 1.35 trillion naira to prosecute the ongoing insurgency fight in the country. This was contained in the 20.51 trillion naira 2023 budget proposal presented to the National Assembly by the President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday. Now, concerning this money is to acquire fighter jets, ammunition, a budget of 1 billion naira for terrorist prosecution. What do you make of this, Rufai? This budget?
Mary, I'm sad. And you know what we are trying to do in this country? We have even done already.
Yeah.
We have built a war economy. We have built what we call a military industrial complex of some sort. And it's quite sad. If you check Nigeria's budget year on year,
yeah,
over 10 years now, God, security has been taking a very big chunk of the budget. I remember how at first it was to fight what was going on in the Niger Delta. Now it's to fight insurgency. And don't forget, we just finished fighting what was going on in the Niger Delta. Then all of this insurgency crept in. When Boko Haram, Muhammad Yusuf, and all of that tobacco happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's shocking what is going on in Nigeria. And I just hope the stakeholders in Nigeria will tell the truth and pity the Nigerian people.
But this is a huge amount. It's a very huge amount. 1.35 trillion.
Yeah, I was still trying to make the point. Because what you're doing invariably is you've built a military industrial complex at the expense of education, health, and the social amenities that is supposed to run the country effectively. So this year, they are telling us on the budget that we'll struggle to do capital projects. But because of insecurity, we'll buy fighter jets, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we forget in a hurry that when we don't do capital projects that can affect the life positively of people, when we don't provide health care, because of the lack of the social impact on society, we'll have more delinquent children that will raise the new set of Boko Harams of the future. And it's a chain reaction. But at the expense of this, some people in the war economy will make money. Look at Maiduguri now. I keep talking about the fact that property prices in Maiduguri has gone up. Maiduguri is now a cash cow city, a lot of development fund money and all of that. I was talking to somebody in the UN yesterday that was telling me about their impact in the northern region of Nigeria, northeast and some other regions. And she was telling me that UN is pumping in one of the second or the third biggest budgets in the world to Nigeria. In fact, the lady was telling me that her brief alone, in terms of intervention, vaccines, and provisions that they make by the UN, is $100 million. So all of this money you're seeing, it's sort of like a war economy. Because $100 million goes in, they will give the suppliers, they will give this, they will give that. Then 1.3 trillion on the fighter jets, downlines, disposable bombs and things like that, at the expense of the real infrastructure. The infrastructure of the mines and social development that is supposed to be the order of the day. And that's why you see it's hard for this war to end, because we've built a war economy. The question is, I pray the day all of this ends and the day total peace returns to that region. I pray we should be able to take stock and even ask, how much did all of this cost us? And it's just been from one to another. And that's why we say leaders should do what is right. It's just been from the debacle in the Niger Delta. I mean, if you remember I remember being in the newsroom back in the days where we had Avengers and some other people blowing up pipelines. And there used to be a certain guy that used to send press releases on behalf of the militants called Jomo Bomo. It was a fictitious name anyway. Once anything happened, as a newsman then, in 2007, 2008, you will get a mail from Jomo Bomo, and he will be telling you that they bombed somewhere. All of a sudden, all of that era has gone. Now, we don't see Jomo Bomo again, spokesperson. What do we see now? Banditry and all of that. We see killings. Then we are seeing reactionary measures to react to this. Then we've built a war economy that people are thriving on. And that's what's also happening with oil theft. You can see all the new discoveries they're making with the pipelines and the like. And you see all of this happens when you don't have a society of justice. Righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach. Once you don't have justice in the first place, you make it free for all. So we need to think long and hard about our country and what we truly want for our country.
Now, before I let you go this morning, we have to just talk about this briefly. Subsidy removal. Senate disagree with Buhari, insist on December 2023 as deadline. The writer says stopping policy in June will create crisis for new government. Now, senators across political party line have said the National Assembly would not pass the proposal on the petrol subsidy removal as presented by President Muhammadu Buhari in order not to create crisis for the new administration that will succeed him next year. So Buhari had in 2023, that's the 2025 medium-term expenditure framework of the fiscal strategy paper, proposed 3.6 trillion naira in the 2023 budget for fuel subsidy removal, which was from January to June. Now, the senators are saying, no, we are not going to do this till December 2023, so that the next administration would not be affected. What do you have to say concerning this?
The question is, does the Senate truly love Nigeria? If they truly love Nigeria, we should all know that it's time for this subsidy to go, except they want the country to go on. After our debt to service ratio, as we speak, is the worst in the world. 119%. 119%. We are borrowing to pay debt. Most of these are money secured from subsidies. Most of these are stifling our economy. And we've made the argument. We need to free up those things so that we'll be able to do other social projects. So that at least the money can be invested more to give these same senators that are talking more money for constituency projects. But the question is, if you even give the senators money, would they do anything with it? We all know their own constituency project scam, where they kept all the money for constituency projects in their pockets, and how when NSAS happened, they looted their homes and they saw the things they bought that they said they want to share for people as empowerment, that they were keeping to December during their birthdays or things like that. So that's just what it is. The argument is on ground. Please let us follow this argument to the end. Subsidy has to go. Subsidy has to go if we truly like Nigeria. It is a sacrifice we must all make.
The senators are saying that they should wait till December. So if it ends in June and there is a new administration, wouldn't it affect it?
Mary, who is going to pay for it if we wait till December? We talk as though if they wait till December, it's free, Abby. It's not free. We have to pay more for it. Do you know how much it's going to come down to? About 6 or 7 trillion. That's dependent even on the Russian war. This war doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Crude oil prices are beginning to jack back up. If it jacks back up an international play, then we pay more in subsidies. At the expense of the money we could even use to defend our currency. Our fiscal situation is a nightmare as we speak today in Nigeria. It's a nightmare. And that's why when a lot of people look at it, they can't reconcile Nigeria. The social indices, very poor, but still yet they have an elite class that is very rich. So they can't even reconcile it.
The disparity is so large between the upper class, the middle
class. But in
class.
all of this, Mary, I keep telling people Nigeria is the best kept secret in the world. If we do what is right, this country can grow, it can do well, it can meet all its potential. I believe in Nigeria, Mary.
Before I let you go, I want to let you go. What you just said now, someone will argue that, do you think anybody, any leader, can come and save this country? That the corruption is so much to the root that even if we have a good president, that except the person has to root out a lot of these people in the House of Assembly, the senators, legislators, and all of that, it will be difficult, but because the root of the corruption is so deep. So one should not expect any leader to come and perform a miracle.
Let me tell you something and be honest with you, Mary.
Yeah.
A leader is not supposed to become a savior. A leader is supposed to come lead. And when he leads, he also leads the conscience of the people to creating an ecosystem of where people do things right. A leader is not supposed to come and just turn things around. A leader is supposed to come and use his life as an example to make things work. So when people start to see that this leader will not take this, things start to move properly. But you see, what the problem has been is that we've had leaders that when they come, they don't stamp their feet on the ground because they also benefit one way or the other from the system, and it causes a lot of chaos. But the day we get a leadership that leads the way, and we see it's forthright, people will fall in line. Mary, people are very impressionable. Let me tell you something. Watch your children. You'll see that the things you do, automatically they start doing. Because they look up to you.
So you think there is a government that can speak to the conscience of those corrupt people in different sectors?
The government doesn't need to speak to the conscience of the corrupt people. The government just needs to come and show that it will not take corruption, and people will fall in line.
Okay.
It doesn't need to speak to their conscience.
Let's hope for this. Okay, let's open the phone lines now. It's time for you to join the conversation. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. A lot have been said this morning. What is your take, Rufai? Okay.
So that's it, Mary. The government is just supposed to come and show the way and let the world know that it will not take this. It will do what is right. Once people see that, they'll follow.
Okay, thank you so much, Rufai. We're already getting calls already. Have a great holiday. Okay, hello, good morning to you.
Mr. Mary, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. Mr. Peter Monse, yes.
Yes, please.
From Shomolu, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
Okay, go. Happy holiday to you.
Yeah, happy holiday to you too, and happy new week. Mr. Femi, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, yeah.
Now, Mary,
yes.
The government is budgeting 1 trillion naira to fight Boko Haram. And we are told that 101 Boko Haram suspects were released from Kirikiri prison. And the other time, Boko Haram members were released from Kuje prison. Is it that when they release them, they allow them to go, then they will still use our money to buy equipment or claim to buy equipment to fight them? You arrest them, you release them, and you fight them. So which one are they fighting and which one are they releasing? I think this is a comedy, honestly. The government is not serious. I always tell people that this government is never fighting Boko Haram. If you fight Boko Haram sincerely, the little one they are doing is just window dressing. I mean, to get the attention of the world, we are fighting. How will you release terrorists? And then, you now say you are fighting them. Really, when they say the train victims were released, I have been asking questions. On what terms? When you release the captives, what about the captors? Have you caught them? What have you done to them? So you need them to go and regroup and also kidnap another group. You go and pay money or you swap and then release. Come on, what's going on? I think I want to link it up finally with the crowd in Lagos yesterday. The Roma people. I think what they did was just to come out and tell people that we are the people that destroy Lagos. This look at us here. We are those who cannot allow you to have light in Lagos. You cannot have water in Lagos. We are those responsible for the repairs of inner roads, and we have not done it. We are those who bring out miscreants to the street to terrorize motorists. See, I entered one bus from Onipan to Obanikoro yesterday. When you Onipan on collecting 200 naira, I mean these boys with sticks and pipes, beating drivers. We get to here by FCMB. Another group are also collecting. They say 200. So the conductor said, "Is this how they are going to govern Nigeria? That you spread miscreants all over the bus stop to be collecting? They tell you how much they want to pay." The guy now said, "This is what they want us to come and vote for." Nigerians, Do you see APC? Do you see them? They have shown themselves. This is the way of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Monson. The number to call is 0700 903 903. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mary. How are you?
I'm doing great this
Yeah,
morning.
this is Leon calling from Okota.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Leon. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to talk about the swap.
Okay.
We don't need to sweep this thing under the carpet. It can never be swept. Because in every rumor, there's an atom of truth. So this is something that has been going on. I remember the last time we talked about this thing. I remember what Rufai said. If nobody has known the terms by which this phone was released, Nigerians do not know. Okay? Now we are beginning to see exactly what happened. So this one we are talking about, we are going to hear from security agents. And we are going to see that they are all them. There is nothing they are going to say. You guys are only trying to make sure people air their views to see how Nigeria is going to get better. But I want to tell you, it is them. Take a look and see what happened during the time of Jonathan. When Jirika was the chief of army staff. Did you listen to Ngojo Okonjo-Iweala? He said he released 120 billion to be used to combat this thing before the election. All that thing was that money disappeared. Nothing was bought. That was why they now subscribed to go to South Africa. They traveled all the way to South Africa to see if they can buy arms ordinarily with cash. This is the system we have. So I don't even know when we are going to come out of this thing. Okay, take a look at the budget. The proposed budget, 1.something trillion for what? To fight what? To fight which people? This money is going to be shared among the chief of defense, chief of army staff, naval and air force. And we are here passing through penuries because of the economy. I don't know what else to say concerning this. But one day, God will get us out of this dungeon. This is my submission. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Leon. Much appreciated. Now, the number to call this morning is 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to join the conversation. Now, I'm going to read some comment from YouTube, then I'll come back to take calls. Now, from Leonard Emeka, the masses are morally impoverished so that everyone sees quick and corrupt money as a model of the day. Rufai, you are right. Umaru Musa Yaradua, due process worked well. Okay. Hello, good morning. Okay, I'll take more messages. From Femi Batch, we should be aware of political jobbers like Festus Keyamo, Dino Melai, FFK, Reno, Reno Omokiri. These men are not fighting for Nigerians, they are fighting for their own stomach. Okay, we are not talking about them this morning, but you just have to pull that in, right? No, we're not talking about this guy. We're talking about other issues in the news this morning. Now, more messages right here from YouTube. I'm going to try and take a few of them. Okay. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Danny. I'm calling from Agua.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Join the conversation.
After the government, you don't know about the package.
Can you turn down the volume on your radio set? Have you done that?
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you, but you have to turn down the volume on your radio set so that, okay. When you turn it down, you can call us back so that we can hear you properly. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from today?
My name is Mercy Sekwono.
Okay, welcome to the program. From where?
I'm calling from Isolo.
Okay, great. Go ahead, join the conversation.
Thank you. This is first time caller anyway. I've been trying all this while, but I've not been able to get to.
Welcome to the family of VOP. Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
The truth of the matter is this. We are in a country where we allow some certain group of people to decide what happens to us, what they want us to do, and what they want to do. See, in this country, where you allow terrorists to operate, and you will arrest them, you will release them, and you decide how much you want government to give you, all in the name of you are trying to fight the terror.
Okay, we've lost the call. Please call us back. Call us back on 0700 903 903 903. A message from our brother Oluchuku, a victory praise. I'm urging Nigerians to put sentiment behind and vote wisely in this forthcoming election. That's a comment from YouTube. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and your location, please?
This is Johnson from Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right. I want to thank you for this powerful topic.
Thank you.
You are really doing our mind. Yeah, it is the mind of Nigerians.
Yeah, thank you.
And what I want to say is this. Already we know that this government, has failed us already. And discussing more on the issues of, their failures is to create more pain on our hearts. So my advice to all Nigerians now is we should be wise this time around and do the right thing and put the right people in power. Yeah, I can say that the nation itself is shifting from the elderly people to the youth. So we should be wise. We should be wise. That is just my advice. Already the economy has failed us, the government has failed us, completely. So this time around we should be wise.
Yeah.
We should be wise.
Yeah,
So that is all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Much appreciated. You can send us a WhatsApp message to 0700 903 9039. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're on already.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name and your location?
I'm Emeka Zenwa from Lagos, from Ejibo.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Emeka. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate your radio station.
Thank you.
For enlightening the people and telling us what we need to know concerning the government and its activities.
Yeah.
I want to comment concerning terrorism and the poor handling of government. Will it be possible? And I want to ask again. I learned that the Kaduna train attack, where people were kidnapped and kept for months,
Yes.
and the people were released without paying a dime. I want to know the criteria, the condition. And after releasing the people, who negotiated the release? What was the activities of the government? What did they do to the bandits that held these people? Were they asked to go and sin no more? Or were they reprimanded? Or were they asked, thank you very much for releasing these people? And we have to roll and go on and on and on like this, as if nobody is in power. Thank you. I have a great week.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name and your location?
I'm calling from Stocklight Town.
Okay.
And my name is Francis.
Okay.
Francis from Stocklight Town.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Francis. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
First of all, today is my birthday. Oh.
Where is the bell? Happy birthday to you. We celebrate you from VOP.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You see, the jungle have matured. Now, for long, they have been pulling our fathers, our grandfather, our fathers. Yeah. They have pulled us before, but they will not continue pulling us. Now our youth want to take what belongs to us. So you go there, get anything, and vote wisely. Okay? Because enough is enough. You imagine that our health system has collapsed. Education system collapsed. Everything collapsed. No good road. As I'm talking to you, no light is starting. You don't have any light. You imagine, hello, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Go.
Imagine how black people like us, for 15 years, since when I was 40 years, I said, when I bet the last day, I'm completing 57 years today. I'll complete 57 years. I've been black for 15 years now.
Whoa.
So can you imagine how people like us will manage it? I'm just lying down here. I said I'm not going to go outside. I decided I will not go outside today. I will be indoors. My God, what happened? How do we find ourselves in this place? So we go there on February. We are going to vote them out and pray God to take away strong heart from our Nigerians and give them mind of flesh to vote the right person who is going to take us out from this poverty, sister. On that day, even the crippled, the blind, the deaf and dumb, it touched everybody. That is all, my sister.
Thank you.
I thank God for gift of life for today. I put in 1 year in my year today. But look at me, nothing.
Don't worry, everything will be fine. Happy birthday to you.
I agree with you. Everything's gonna be. They promise us we are leaders of tomorrow. They promise us we are leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow, Nigeria will be better. Today, I'm completing 57 years. Today. What Nigeria is it better now? Are we the leaders of tomorrow? As they promise us? Oh Lord, have mercy.
Thank you so much, and happy birthday
to you. Thank you, my sister.
Happy birthday to you.
Anybody will get anything to give me to say my birthday. When I be my brother, so today I complete 57 years. I just 42 years when I lost my sight.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, my dear.
Yeah,
God bless you, Gary. God bless you. God bless you. Now, radio station.
Yeah, amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, and happy birthday to you once again. Happy birthday to you. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. What's
My
your name?
Okay. Apunwa. I'm calling from Idimu.
Okay. Go ahead.
You see the arrest the bandits, arrest the terrorists, and release them after some days. The problem is that when you go to any security agent, now head of now one tribe, now they there. Now one tribe, I know how it will work. Now the problem of this government is get for security as perspective. Their security Nigeria is nothing get. It's not well to be talked about. Because you can't tell me that you arrested terrorists tomorrow. You release him, say go and see no more. See no more for what? So that's the problem we have. That because of one part is the head of security in a country called Nigeria. That's my own contribution. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your contribution this morning. We can just take one call. This will be our last call for the show today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and
you? Abayomi from Ilasa.
Okay, welcome, Abayomi from Ilasa.
Thank you.
Go ahead,
Voice
sir.
of the people.
Yes, so
now about this Boko Haram matter. See how much government want to spend on Boko Haram. 1.something trillion. Whom are they want to use this money for? It is to buy weapons to fight them, or the money to be given to them after they kidnap people. That's one. Then about petrol matter. Nigeria will send crude oil to overseas. Now, when they are coming back, that crude oil, according to what I heard from people, that there are many items that they can get out of that crude oil. And when they want to return it, they return only petrol. Now they will use that money now to do what again? What of the rest items that they say they get from that petrol crude oil? So where do they put it? And secondly, this money that they say they want to remove, can they not use it to build our own refinery?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Abayomi. Thank you so much. Our time is up.
It's okay.
Thank you so much. You can call us tomorrow. We'll be here again tomorrow, God willing, from 7 to 8 to discuss serious matters, hot topics on... we have so much calls. Okay. Tomorrow we'll be here, God willing. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie. You've been listening to the front page review on from VOP 90.3 FM. You can follow me on Instagram at Mary Media, MERRY. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Coming up next is Ogendigbo. It's coming by 8 o'clock.